Here we are, my good people, this is part 4 and we're gonna start having some tweaking, some adjustments, and the most important thing, it's the idling current adjustments. As you can see, I have here on this piece of paper what I have to do. It's not very complicated, but you have to have the right connector. I just put it in here, the first 3. This one and this one, number, let's call it from left to right, number 2 and 3, bias plus and bias or minus for A channel. And we should have here 7 millivolts, 7.5 by the book. We have to adjust this little trimmer over there, it's VR101, until we have 7.5 millivolts. Let's see, does this fit? No, it's too big. Yeah, I think I can work with that. The amplifier should be at the room temperature, so just let it cool down. If you had any experiments before, 0 volumes, power on. We should see the fans spinning. That's fine. And now we go on volts, and what we got here, 0.1925, way too much, way too much. And let's see what's happening if I adjust VR101 right there. You see, that's the one. It's going up, we need to go down, but I can't go under 188 millivolts. Why? This is way too much. What's happening here? That's kind of crazy. Okay, now let me check these 2 guys here. Bias for B, like this. Okay, so channel B, power on. This is perfect. This is so good. Let me see. If we move this potentiometer here, this is like, this one behave in a perfect way. 7 point, well, this trimmer here, it's very thin. Channel 2, it's fine. Let's see, let's go back here. 184 millivolts, going up but doesn't go down. It's 20 times more than it should be. Why? Good question, huh? By the schematic, this guy VR101 should have 220 ohms. Let's check that. 0.75 because he's in short, and now 228. Okay, this guy is good. Okay, and this one exactly in the middle, 107. Let me check these resistors around. I'm checking the schematic now. In fact, here I have VR101 and it's related to R168 910. R168 is this one there, 910. That's good, perfect. And then the other 169, 313, 160. Probably this one, 22 ohms. Oh yeah, that's 167, 22 ohms. It's right there. Going to collector of one of these. Oh yes, so it's looking like some of this resistor, like R175, this should be 680 ohms, this one right here. It's absolutely out of specification, let's call it. It's this one down here, I just took it out. By the way, it got destroyed in the process. 177 should be 470 ohms. Let's see. 490. Okay. Anyway, the resistor got destroyed, so it's looking like it's good. Okay. Let's see. 175. The neighbor. We should have 680. And that's okay. That's good. And the other guy, 279. And this is R. Look here, people. All these resistors should have 10 ohms. All the resistors are gone. This is interesting. We should have 3.3 on this line. Okay, so from this one to this one, we should have 3.3. Funny. So this row of resistance is kaput. And this is exactly what I need, because we should have reference current. Let me take it out. A row of 10 ohms resistors, and probably that was the problem. Let's measure again. Let's be sure about this. So this supposed to have 10 ohms. 44 kilo ohms. Brown, black, red. I got you. Let's take them out one by one. So we got 4 resistors here, which supposedly have 10 ohms, 10 kilo ohms, 24 kilo ohms, 47 kilo ohms, and 23 kilo ohms. Okay guys, I got the problem. So let me find some replacements. I got it. 10 ohms right here, bright new. 4 of these guys. Let's measure. Of course, 10. Perfect and perfect. Very interesting. How this can got ruined, I don't understand. So this guy's got back in place, and we'll measure again. Let me solder for now. Let's measure this row of 10. We should have 3.1 ohms. Yeah, perfect. Like here. Where are you? We are so good. And up here, 3 point. Okay, this is good. Now let's measure the big mamas, the big power resistors, and they supposedly to be 0.22 ohms. Okay. 0, good. This is good. Good. Perfect. Super. And these guys, yeah, fine. So all of them are okay, no problem. It's looking like I solved the problem, but these are the bad guys. Amazing how they could be destroyed. I don't know. This is pristine, nobody touched it before. Now, because that was the beginning of the things, I couldn't have the bias current. This channel B, 5.81 ohms. What about this? Yeah, I think the problem is solved. You see guys, everything is as it should be. Let me have my multimeter on millivolts. Let's start the calibration. I have this connector going like this. Millivolts. This is channel A, the one with problems, with 180 millivolts. Let's see now. 4.6. Oh man, it's amazing. We go up to 7.3. That should be okay. Perfect. Now let's go to channel 2. 7.16. 7.320. Perfect. We are so good. Let's go back to number 1. 7.20. That's it. No more. I'm happy with the result. It was a long afternoon, but I'm really happy I could find the problem. Now the amplifier, it's in a big shape. I just did idling current adjustment, that's all. And you see the problem with 1, 2, 3, 4 resistors down there, 10 ohm each. That makes the adjustment of the current, idle current, impossible. So from 180 millivolts, finally I could reach the 7.5 limit. I'm really happy. Yes! This is part number 4 about adjusting the idle current. Unfortunately, I found out that I have more things to do, not simply turn a trimmer on and off or something. This repair applies to all the boards shared by Dynacord and Electrovoice. I recall it's Q44 CPS2, Q66 CPS3 or something, or anyway, Dynacord 1200, you know, the big brother of S900. So this applies to those boards too. Like always, consider subscribing to my channel, push the like button, and don't forget absolutely to have fun. Oh, by the way, I'm waiting your comments, and I forgot to say something about my sponsors, Vlad, Chuck, and Radu. See you soon with some others. Bye!